next time he comes in.
Donaldson isn't going to be there unless you do have a no-smoking area for me. And not just a section of your room, which you say is no smoking, but in which the ventilation is such that the smoke comes over to me. You've got to have a place in that restaurant where I'm not going to have any problem with anyone else's smoke, because the rights of the non-smoker are paramount. The right of a non-smoker not to get cancer, not to get emphysema, not to have the kind of diseases that smoking clearly brings you are paramount. It's not a question of balancing rights. There is no balance. What, a little cancer? Just a little bit, Walker? No, nonsense. You smoke anywhere you want to, as long as you don't smoke near me, in a place where I have a right to be.
If you don't like that restaurant, go down the street.
That is the philosophy that tried to keep black people out of restaurants. May I speak for a moment? That's the philosophy that tried to keep black people out of restaurants. The right of choice. I tell you, a restaurant is a place of public accommodation.
You're giving him the right to brown bag it.
He can eat outside if he cares to, I suppose.
Nobody's talking about a healthy environment. There's a right to be in a public place or in a workplace where it's a healthy environment to be there.
Let me take it out of the restaurant. How about on an airplane?
Well, according to all the surveys that have been conducted since the Civil Aeronautics Board considered the issue and after they went out of business, the vast majority of those who fly, even non-smokers, say that the present situation is just fine with separate smoking and non-smoking sections.
But you and I both know that that air is circulating throughout the airplane.
I don't know about the circulation patterns, but I do know that the Department of Transportation says that they don't get very many complaints at all about smoking and non-smoking sections.
That's why the free market does not work. It doesn't work on airplanes, and it doesn't work for restaurants.
You'd ban it on airplanes?
We would do whatever is necessary.
That's a hedge. Would you ban it on airplanes?
If you can't construct the ventilation system so that the exposure of non-smokers to environmental tobacco smoke is reduced to an absolute minimum, then you have to take those steps.
That means redoing a lot of airplanes or just banning it completely.
We would never be asking questions like this if we're talking about a factory dumping wastes in the river. If it costs more to put out their products so that we keep the environment safe, then that's the necessary step to take.
We have a special witness now. It's Tammy Grimes.